It was really important for us to be fireproof, so the first thing we did was we went with a metal seam roof that will help deflect any sort of ash.
Brandon Kirk and his wife are in the middle of rebuilding their now fire-resistant home in Lyons.
So the top half will be completely protected by steel and metal, and then this bottom 3 feet, we're actually going to do a mason river rock. Yeah.
Kirk's property on the banks of the Santiam River has come a long way. This is his home before and after the devastating wildfire in 2020.
Our issue was our mortgage company. I was insured for $185 and they took $174 of it, so I was left with $11,000 to rebuild the house plus cleanup.
He and his wife were told they had to apply for help from both FEMA and the Small Business Administration. He says an SBA representative visited the property and gave the green light on a loan.
And he inspected, he's like, oh my gosh, you did lose your house, you lost your shop. We'll give you $220,000 at, 1.18% interest. And I was like, awesome. My contractor was like, oh, that should cover everything for your small 1,000-square-foot home. So that's what we worked off of.
So the building began, but then came a financial roller coaster.
Got denied by each organization, FEMA and SBA, 4 times before we got actual traction. And then we got an award from FEMA a year after the fact. And then we literally 481 days later got SBA monies.
Once they got help from FEMA,
and then after that, the SBA came back and said, oh, nope, so we're going to take that FEMA award off your loan. And it's literally gone from $220,000 down to $50,000.
That's almost 80% less than Kirk was expecting to get. In addition, Kirk says they had to put the SBA on the title of their home in order to get the $50,000. Kevin Wynn with the SBA's Office of Disaster Assistance says there's a reason loan amounts fluctuate.
SBA requires that any amounts received from insurance and which are available to the property owner be applied to the disaster repairs.
He says it's against the law for the SBA to duplicate any money received for recovery.
We were depending on that to build the house, and they're not accounting for the fact that we had to do cleanup. We had to, rebuild the fence.
Melissa Bauer with the Santiam Service Integration Team, which helps wildfire survivors, says other families are dealing with similar issues.
They were expecting that loan to help them in their recovery, and they were accounting for that when they hired their contractor, and now they're not getting that.
But Kirk is trying to stay positive, even though he still owes his contractor $40,000.
Melissa seems pretty confident she's going to find $40,000 somehow, and so we'll see.
And at least he knows if there's another wildfire, his home should be safe.
It'll be a rock slide or a meteor or a volcano, but it's not going to be wildfire. Promise it. Promise no wildfire.
In Lyons, Christine Pitawanich, KGW News.